What's up, guys? It's Rain Irving, lead singer of the band While Heaven Wept, and I'm here tonight to share with you a cocktail idea of mine. And of course, it's a bourbon-based cocktail, and anyone that knows anything about me understands and knows of my appreciation and love of the nectar that should be born in Kentucky. Let me give you a quick background on bourbon. Bourbon is only bourbon if it is at least 51% or more corn in the mash bill. So if your mash bill is 50% corn, we're just talking about whiskey. But in order to be bourbon or Kentucky bourbon, it needs to be dominant corn as the main grain in the mash. What I love and appreciate about bourbon is the fact that that clear corn whiskey is transferred to a charred oak barrel for a minimum of 2 years, but upwards of anywhere from 6, 8, 10, 20 to even 25 years depending upon the bourbon. So a lot of things happen in that barrel to give that clear liquor that emerges in this color a lot of character coming from that wood. So, you know, some people ask, why do I like bourbon so much? And I'll preface my comment with the fact that some of the best vodkas in the world are great because you can't taste them. And I have a problem with that. I love the complexity of the spirit, and what you'll get from bourbon if you drink it properly, as in neat in a glass where you can really taste it and not, you know, mixed with Coca-Cola. Not a problem with that. However, you're not going to get the true character of the bourbon. But what you'll get predominantly are caramel notes, vanilla notes. Depending upon the bourbon, you get some toffee, sometimes some smoke flavor, strange as that sounds, or even leather. Which may even sound stranger. But I just love the craft. I love the heritage piece associated with bourbon, and it's something that I enjoy year-round. But anyway, I'll be doing, I guess, a rendition of maybe the standard Manhattan. Many of you have heard of that, the Manhattan with the bourbon and the sweet vermouth and the bitters, but I'm going to add a little different flair to the Manhattan to make it my own. So stay with me. We'll show you the ingredients, how to mix this thing up and serve it. And I'm going to actually present it in this martini glass. Yes, that's a little fancy schmancy, but let's just say you're trying to impress that lady tonight or whatever. It's probably going to do you a little better than setting a cold Miller Lite in front of her. I don't know. Maybe you love Miller Lite. Regardless, stay with us and we'll go through Rain Special Manhattan. Alright guys, I thought I'd take a moment and share with you the ingredients of the Rain Special Manhattan. We're not going to use maraschino cherries. We're going to use a little bit of that juice. However, we are going to use some muddled fresh cherries if they're in season, obviously. Bitters, your standard soda water, martini and Ross, obviously sweet vermouth, and good old, very old Barton. And folks, I'm choosing very old Barton for a couple of reasons. This is a freaking value, if you will. 1.75 liter for about $25, and this is a proper bourbon. It's 86 proof. I love the higher ABV bourbons. 86 proof isn't exactly high proof, however it's higher than your standard 80, so what it's going to be is a little easier to drink than your 110, but it's going to hold up in this cocktail a little better because it's got a little bit more backbone. So outside of that, I've taken a fresh cherry and put that in the glass for presentation because the muddled cherries will be left behind in the shaker cup. So I will add the ingredients now if my awesome camera skills will allow me to do so. A pre-measured 2-ounce pour of very old Barton. We're going to use about a teaspoon of sweet vermouth. That might be an atrocity for some. They may want more or less. I would say a splash of your soda water. And outside of that, your bitters, a dash or two, no more. They are bitter and they will definitely affect your cocktail if ever used. I'm going to take my muddled cherries, throw it in the shaker cup, and lastly, I won't do this on camera, but I'll take about a half of a teaspoon of maraschino cherry juice and add that to the shaker cup. Stand by and we'll see how it all shakes up. Alright guys, thanks for staying with me. We've got our ingredients in our shaker cup. We're going to give this a really good shake, just to kind of let all the flavors kind of blend together and make the Rain Special Manhattan the way it's supposed to be made, and that's proper. So we'll take it, like I said, we'll put it in this martini glass for presentation. Don't have to do this, but I'm in favor of it. I think it looks great and it just helps the experience, if you will. So let's give this a whirl, see how the Rain Special Manhattan turned out. Yep, it's pretty good. and I think you will enjoy it too. So let's give this one a shot, guys. If anything, learn a little bit more about bourbon and perhaps join the bandwagon of fans that the Spirit is building daily. So cheers. Thanks for this opportunity. Rocktails, thanks a lot.